everybody, and welcome to another Kansas Missing and Unsolved podcast. I'm your host, Ricky Jabruggi, and joining me from Arizona again is Derek Rutherford. How you doing tonight, Derek?
Pretty good, man. How you doing?
Trying to survive storms, man. Been a bumpy
That's what I
night.
heard, man. Said it was getting pretty. I follow a lot of people in Kansas, and they're all posting storm videos.
Yeah, windy. It was windy, raining, hail. It was just great.
We got Wade Kite from Vegas. How you doing? Roxanne Fisher's in the house. Ellen Dotson, Christopher Unruh, Trisha Arnold over in YouTube. Huge shout out to Tatum, our team member.
Yeah. She's been helping me rock the page. I'm on vacation from work this week, so I've been able to work with her pretty close on getting things updated and moved around and making sure they're getting posted and making the new stuff.
Well, so I made 20 flyers a day because of Tatum's efforts. So that's always a good sign when we have that many flyers to share on the show.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, it's pretty early on in the week, man. So you're off until like what? Do you have to work this weekend, or are you off on the weekend as well?
Yeah, I don't go back to work till Monday.
Oh, okay, so you're off, man. You're good to go.
Oh yeah. Just want to take some time off and chill.
Yeah, you got to do it, man. That vacation time, man. If you, it's not like I don't know what your situation is, but sometimes if you don't use it, you lose it.
Yeah,
that's so you got to use that vacation time.
It's also got to use it up, or we can't start using next year. So it's like, okay. Usually I hang on to as much of it as I can in case I get sick or something. But this year it went kind of fast because I got sick at the beginning of the year. So
yeah, Roxanne says, "Send the rain down here." It was 101 when it felt like 111. Rosa Vasquez says, "Good evening."
Yeah.
Rodney Cox says, "Hello from Ottawa." Yeah, it was 107 today when I was walking around, and
I think
it's
that's
not
about
bad, man. 115, that's terrible. 115, you feel like, man, maybe I could die out here. 107 though, as long as you stay hydrated, it's not too bad. But that's the highest it's going to get all week. So hopefully all week while I'm walking around, it'll be pretty pleasant. But the dry heat's a big difference. 107 and dry heat's not that bad. But yeah, 115, it don't matter dry heat, wet heat. That's hot,
Yeah. You end up with 105, 107 here with the like 50, 60, 70% humidity on top of it.
Terry Yoakum in the house. Yeah, and we have a lot of people that are missing right now, and we're sitting here talking about the elements, and right now it's just not, if you didn't have shelter and you were outside right now, pretty much in any part of the country, you could be in some real danger just with the heat levels, where everything's kind of gone. So excuse me, we might be getting COVID again. So my wife, we started getting headaches today, and she was at a house she has to visit for work on Friday, and she found out today that they tested positive for COVID. So might be round 2 for us, but I have been coughing a little bit and have a headache today, so hopefully not. But yeah, well, we have a ton of cases to cover tonight, a nice mix of some older cases and some newer cases. And I didn't see a lot of unsolved homicides. We're going to have to get back into that next week, right?
Yeah.
We just had so many updated missing persons cases that we need to kind of focus on that.
And I posted earlier on the page that Tatum's got everything moved into their respective albums, and now it's just a matter of she's going through and checking to see who we can remove, who we need to update and reshare, and that kind of thing. And let me know so I can update them and reshare them and things like that. So the major part of moving everything around is over. It's just getting everything updated now.
Right. Well, thank you to Tatum for helping us out with all of that.
She's been a huge help. I mean, she's doing things I've been wanting to do for the last several years, and I just never had the time to do it.
Right.
So, I mean, she's been huge, and I can't thank her enough.
Well, we are about 6 minutes in. We're going to go ahead and get the show rolling. We're going to take a quick break. You're watching KMU Pod. We'll be right back after this.
Leaving an abusive relationship is a highly personal, individual decision, but all survivors benefit from having trusted people during this time. Since those experiencing abuse are often isolated by their abusers, it's important to know how you can support survivors on their path to finding safety. If you or someone you know is a victim of domestic violence, please reach out to the hotline at 1-800-799-7233. Again, that's 1-800-799-7233.
Tatum saying that she is working on the unsolved homicides page and got a lot done today on there too. So
Nice.
Good job, Tatum. All right, we're going to start with Alexander Perez, and I got to pull him real fast.
We got Andrea Lynn from
pulled.
Junction City. Scott Messerschmidt from Emporia watching. Appreciate the follows. And this is Alexander Perez. He's been missing from Ulysses. And I'm really hoping that we see some type of resolution before December 1st, 2022, because I don't want to see this thing hit the 2-year mark.
Right.
I just don't want to see that happen.
Yeah, I don't either. Second here. Almost got it. My computer's running a little bit slow tonight.
Yeah, I think you have too much stuff open because your camera's a little laggy tonight too. And if you notice on the flyer, Alexander Perez, we have a pretty nice close up of the chest tattoo across his collarbone there.
Yeah. Okay. I got her now. Yep, Alexander Perez is missing from Ulysses, Kansas since December 1st of 2020. He's 35 years old. When he went missing, he's now 36. He's 5'11", weighs 235 pounds, has black hair that he shaves nearly bald, and brown eyes. Alex contacted a family member on the phone on December 1st and said he'd be coming over to their house to do laundry. He never arrived at the family member's home and has not been heard from or seen by family since then. He had been staying with family and friends prior to his disappearance. It is believed that Alexander may still be in the local Ulysses area, or he may be in Garden City or surrounding areas, which was the original thought. He may still be. We've all heard the not so good talk about what may have happened to him. Hopefully that's not the case. Again, he was 35 when he went missing. He's now 36. He's 5'11", weighs 235 pounds, has black hair that he shaves nearly bald and brown eyes, has a tattoo of a bumblebee on his face underneath his left eye. He has Perez tattooed on one of his arms. He has a tattoo of a cross on a chain across his chest. If you have any information regarding Alexander's disappearance or you know of his whereabouts, please call the Grant County, Kansas Sheriff's Office at 620-356-3500 or the Ulysses, Kansas Police Department at 620-356-4600 or KBI at 785-296-4017 and let them know what you know about Alex's disappearance and where he may be, and see if we can't help get him back to where he needs to be.
And then, of course, we have him missing on December 1st, 2020. Right now, we're going to play a voicemail that he sent his relative on December 6th, 2020. Playing that now.
Right.
I don't know, man. I'm supposed to be going back early morning to go get some shit and then go get some other stuff down there and bring it back down here, but I don't even know, man. It's been wild down there. It's been crazy. Fucking been held at gunpoint and robbed and tried to beat me up. And it's a bunch of crazy shit going on in GC, man.
So it sounds like Garden City area is where he was on December 6th.
Right.
Pending if that was recorded the day he sent it. Could have been recorded before he sent it. Could have been sent by not him. Could have been a voice memo he recorded. Yeah. Who knows? We just know that it was received on December 6th to our source. So if anybody has any information, we're all ears on that one. So is KBI.
Yes.
So is Ulysses PD. Go ahead and tell us about Annabelle Wilson.
Okay. This was one I had her prior. This is one of the updates that we ended up making because I didn't realize she had been recovered again, and so had to get it all updated and everything. Annabelle Wilson's missing from Wichita since January 12th of 2022. She's 16 years old. She's 5'5", weighs 180 pounds, has black hair and brown eyes. If you have any information regarding Annabelle's disappearance, you know her whereabouts, please call 911 immediately or call the Wichita, Kansas Police Department at 316-660-9452 or 316-660-9456 or 316-263-6011, or the KBI at 785-296-4017, and see if we can't help get Annabelle located and back to where she needs to be, because it's been a good long time. I mean, nearly 6 months, a little over 6 months.
Right.
And Annabelle, if you see this or hear this or somebody tells you about it, call somebody, let them know where you're at so they can come and get you.
Esther Unruh watching with us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, everybody, for being here. And be sure you share the show around and tell everybody about it so they can tune into it and join us for this. Be greatly appreciated.
Is this the first time for Michael Armster?
I believe so.
Michael
over there on YouTube, man. Yeah, he's over there on YouTube.
And I love that the use of the word howdy.
Yeah.
I'm from Elkhart, Kansas. My grandpa still lives in Richfield, Kansas, and he will hit you with a howdy in the morning. So it's my kind of language, it's my kind of language.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Ashley Caldwell.
Okay. I'm just gonna find her on my long list of flyers here. Okay, she's also missing from Wichita, Kansas since May 28th of 2017. She was 28 when she went missing. She'd now be 33. She's 5'2", 130 pounds, brown hair and brown eyes. She was last known to be with an adult male. If you have any information regarding Ashley's disappearance or of her whereabouts, please call the Wichita, Kansas Police Department at 316-268-4111 or the KBI at 785-296-4017 and see if we can't help get Ashley located and back home where she needs to be. So it's been a good little over 5 years now.
Sorry, my son's playing a video game like 12 feet from me, so
you're fine.
He's a little loud, but no, that's a significant amount of time to be missing.
Yeah, a little over 5 years.
And again, like it's not like a teenager person, you would be like, oh, they took off on their own accord, but to be 28 years old and to just walk away from not only like your like roommates, your parents, your friends, but from a job, from any kind of social activity she might have been a part of, like like there's all kinds like bowling or whatever she did, she was probably a part of like certain groups of people that enjoyed the same types of things, and to walk away from all of that, you just gotta really be like, this sounds like a foul play situation. Like, who walks away from literally everything about them?
Well, so that she was last known to be with an adult male, and was it a boyfriend, somebody she met online,
right?
A casual friend. I mean, we don't know,
right?
But please, if you have information, call it in immediately.
Yeah. I think about being a cop. So I think I'm too old now. I'm almost 40. I don't know if I could pass the physical test, but I'd like to, just if anything, just to try to help, because I want to know what the police know, because surely there has to be more to the story. Like, she was an adult male. You're right. Like, why would the adult male be mentioned if they weren't of some significance to the situation? You know what I'm saying? Hey, go to your room, buddy. Laying down the law, dad style. So no, but I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is a 28-year-old woman that's just up and vanishes. I feel like there's something bad happened. But again, I'm not a cop or a detective, but I just don't see a 28-year-old walking away from everything they know.
Right.
So hopefully,
there's our Hayes representative, Lori Hayes from Hayes.
Lori Hayes from Hayes.
Yeah,
love it. Loving Lori Hayes from Hayes. Let's go ahead and talk about Abby Rain Schaefer. Now, before you get into it, this is the case we covered last week, and the initial flyer we shared had a car with a male suspect in the car. And I was just going to ask Ricky live on the air, because I forgot to do it in private chat. Why was the car with the male in the car removed from the flyer?
Well, her stepmom had sent me the additional photos of her tattoos, and I was talking to her about it, and I said I may have to take the car photos off to get the tattoo pictures on there, and she gave me the thumbs up. So I went ahead and swapped them out with the tattoos.
But nothing from law enforcement told you to.
No.
Okay.
I don't know if you still have that other one. I mean, we still show that, but
I can check. Well, to me, it's just because there's a lot of unanswered questions from the information we were told. The main thing is if a car pulled up and some kid, I say kid, he's in his 20s probably. Some kid pulls up and he honks his horn or he sits outside until she goes outside and talks to him. That's not weird. My wife has people she works with. Somebody could pull up to our house and she would know who they were. I wouldn't know who they are. It's not weird that somebody came to her house and she walked out and talked to them. The weird part is that somebody kept track of the 6 hours the car waited outside for her to come outside. So I'll check it out, man, to see if I still have that old flyer. But I was just wondering if the police told you to take that down or
no, just like I said, I talked to her stepmom, and when she sent me those pictures, I really wanted to add the tattoo shots, and I told her I may have to take the car pictures off, and she was okay with it.
Okay. So. All right, cool. I do have that flyer. Hold on.
So we can show that.
I'm pulling it from the wrong. Yeah, we can show both. That way we can have the tattoos on the screen and then the car photo. Because I just feel like the car photo, because this is okay. So if you're watching right now, this is the tattoos that are on the right side, and then this is the one the original flyer that we had shared, and then I personally think that car and that suspect in the car is because that's the last photo. That's the last time they saw her, right, when she got in that car.
Yeah, and then of course there's the other two photos of the outfit. What she was wearing when she left too. The tan colored shirt, black pants.
Right.
But anyway, her name's Abby Rain Schaefer. She went missing from Kansas City, Missouri on May 23rd, 2022 at 12:30 in the afternoon. And as Derek pointed out, she was last seen getting into that gray four-door car with an unknown male. She is 22. Like I said, 5'2", 120, brown hair, brown eyes. She has a large tattoo of a fish on her upper right arm and several other tattoos there you can see. One looks like a rose with some vines on it, and one looks like peacock feathers to me, the one, and then the other one there's like an eye, and I'm not sure what the rest of that design is, and then she's got a small one behind her left ear there.
She's got cool tattoos. I mean, they're all cool.
Yeah. You have any information regarding Abby's disappearance or of her whereabouts, please call 911 immediately or call the Kansas City, Missouri Police Department Sex Crimes Missing Persons Unit at 816-234-5220. And let them know, what you know about Abby's disappearance and where she may be. So you really need to find her. Her family's really worried about her.
And I'm rotating between both photo sets. Tattoos are important, but also this car. Yeah. Everybody take notice of that car and the person. I keep saying suspect, the person in the car. Who knows who it is? But
Anthony Tubbs asked if we could show the car a little more clearly. That's about the best we have on the car because they were taken from a Ring doorbell camera.
Right.
So that's actually about the best we have.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what kind of car that is. So if anybody can kind of give us an idea what kind of car that is, that would be good.
I can probably send it to a couple car buddies of mine and see if they know what it is. But Anthony, I will. I'll send you the original flyer. Just remind me. That's a buddy of mine.
Okay.
Send me that. Send me a message and I'll send you the original flyer. And you can probably zoom in on your phone and kind of get a better look at it. Let me see. Trisha's saying hello to Michael, our new YouTube person. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's go ahead and talk about Gail Ralph Kyleman.
I'm guessing Kyleman. That's what I've been saying all this time. I can't remember if we've ever covered him on the show or not before.
No, we have because well, just real quick, I remember we covered it because the story is he jumped a fence and was never seen again. This is one that always just made me be like, no way this happened. But anyway, go ahead and read the flyer.
Yeah, he's missing from Peabody, Kansas since August 17th of 2015, so about 7 years now. He was 56 when he went missing. He's now 63. He's 5'7", 140 pounds, brown hair and brown eyes. He goes by his middle name, Ralph. He was last seen at the Peabody Health and Rehabilitation Facility where he lived in Peabody. He apparently climbed the tall wooden fence surrounding the patio and left the property shortly before 10:30 p.m. Someone saw him leave and told staff, who called police a few minutes later. Gale is mute but not deaf and communicates using sign language and writing. He developed severe schizophrenia after he was in a high-voltage electrocution accident in 1980. He was partially paralyzed from a self-inflicted gunshot wound in 1983. He needs medication, which he does not have with him, and without it, he may become disoriented and frightened. He has scars on the back of his legs from skin grafting and a scar on top of his head. His right hand and arm are paralyzed as a result. His right fingers curl inward, and it's hard for him to straighten them. He drools and may hold a rag to his mouth to catch it. Now, if you have any information regarding Gale's disappearance, you know his whereabouts, please call the Peabody, Kansas Police Department at 620-983-2133 or the KBI at 785-296-4017, and let them know what you know about Gale and where he may be. And, to Derek's point, him being partially paralyzed and not, on his right side, basically, makes it hard to believe he scaled a tall wooden fence.
I'm 39 years old, and minus like diabetes and high blood pressure, I'm like somewhat healthy. I couldn't climb a fence that they're talking about. It just seems really like, oh, he climbed the fence and we can't find it. Again, I don't nothing against the people that work there. Maybe that's what happened, but I mean, you described this gentleman, and you're just like, is this real? Like, did somebody like this? Could this person scale a fence and then run across a highway? It just seems. I don't know.
Yeah.
I didn't know Gale, but like I said, I know Brandon backstage couldn't climb a fence.
I sure couldn't.
No, so I mean, just to hear that, this person scaled a fence, like they're on like American Ninja or something, and just took off. It just seems a little far fetched to me. But anybody in the Peabody
fence, but not a wood fence.
But even then, a chain link fence, like, I mean, yeah, it just seems a little odd. And he's 56 years old, partially paralyzed. He's survived a gunshot wound. It's what was the other thing? Like a burn or something? Electric. He got electrocuted.
Electrocuted. Yeah.
I just can't imagine Gale like.
All right.
Being somebody that's just like, yeah, I'm just gonna go run and climb this huge fence. I don't know. I don't know the guy. I wasn't there. I don't know the situation, but always just seemed kind of odd when you read this one to me. But I do hope that somebody in the Peabody area does see this, and like Roxanne's saying, maybe they can point us in the direction to some more pictures and maybe some updates from the Peabody area, because we don't really know much.
Yeah, Tatum did call Peabody, and they didn't have anything new to report. So. Okay. But yeah, that is the only photo we have at this point. Now, if anybody has, like Derek said, anybody has access to any other ones or knows a family member they could get a hold of and see if they could send us some, that would be good.
Yeah. Always looking for more
photos. It's not a bad picture that we have, but so far it's been the only one ever released. So.
Right. Yeah. And it's always not because, and I think sometimes I don't want people to think like, oh, you have 10 photos of this person and only one photo. It's like, no, we put Ricky, and I can attest to this because it makes a lot more work for me whenever there's more photos. So I know for a fact Ricky's not shy about putting as many photos that'll fit on the flyer.
Oh, yeah.
Like where there's tons of photos. So we, with Ricky making the flyers, we're gonna put as many pictures as we can fit on the flyer. So yeah, if anybody has any pictures of Gale, send them our way.
Oh yeah. I like to try to do, not so much with the guys so much, but with the females, I like to try to have a variety of hair color, different dye jobs that they do, or different styles, or hair down, hair pulled back in a ponytail, just variances to show different looks.
Right.
Sometimes I don't get to do that because I only get sent one picture,
right,
or two pictures. Other times I'll get sent 4 or 5, 6.
Right. Anthony says that that car looks like a 2015 or 16 BMW.
Oh.
So.
And Roxanne said, hang on. Roxanne was saying that she saw a couple of other pics of them. She'll send them to me later. Nice. Good deal. I can add them. Good deal. Thank you, Roxanne. I appreciate that. She always comes through for me.
Right. She's solid, man. She's a big help. So this is we're sharing having Heather now. She is an adult, 18 years old, but still hasn't been heard from for a year and 3 days. It'll be a year. So obviously that's a little worrisome that again she's gone almost an entire year without anybody from her previous life talking to her. So that's scary.
Right. Yeah. She's like missing from Fort Scott since June 24th of 2021. She was 17 when she went missing. She's now 18. She's 5'7" to 5'10", weighs between 130 and 140 pounds. She has dirty blonde hair and blue eyes. If you have any information regarding Heaven's disappearance or you know her whereabouts, please call the Fort Scott, Kansas Police Department at 620-223-1700 or the KBI at 785-296-4017 and let them know what you know about Heaven and where she could possibly be so they could get her found. But yeah, that was the big thing I wanted to cover again. This show is because she did recently have a birthday, so she is now 18 and still no word, no tips, no information, no nothing. It's just been total silence.
I just hope she's okay.
Yeah, that's my big thing too, is just hoping she's okay.
It's like you're 18, you're an adult, like, but excuse me, I just took some soda and I have some. I'm sorry, but I just hope she's okay. If she did take off where she was hiding and if who knows what she was running from if she did take off, So I just hope that Heaven Kaler is somewhere safe and happy.
Yeah. I mean, it's scary that there hasn't been any information, no tips, no leads, no nothing, just total silence. And it's very concerning.
Yeah.
Just hope she's all right wherever she's at. And hopefully she'll reach out to somebody and say, hey, here's where I'm at. Come and get me.
Right.
Even though she is 18, I mean, she still needs to be found and go back go back home.
Yeah. I mean, with her being 18, at the very least, let somebody know you're okay.
Yeah.
Let somebody know you're alive. I mean, it's been a long time. This is an older case from 2016. It looks like maybe we have do you know if these looks like gas station surveillance cameras? Is that like the night she disappeared or?
Yeah, it's actually a casino.
Casino. Okay. Well, go ahead and tell us about this. 'Cause this is almost like the Catherine Adams situation where you have like a picture, a last image of somebody before they went missing.
Yeah, Flora Ann, hopefully I said that right. Lee Mayfield. She's missing from Kansas City, Kansas since November 20th of 2016. She was 70 when she went missing. She'll now be 76. She's 5'2", 110 pounds, black hair and brown eyes. She was last seen on November 20th, about 1:30 in the morning, walking out of the Hollywood Casino located at 777 Hollywood Casino Boulevard in Kansas City, Kansas. She was heading south on foot. Kansas City, Kansas police believes that Florian may have received a ride from someone and that they are asking for the public's help in finding the person who may have given her a ride or might know where she's at. She does suffer from Alzheimer's disease. Again, she's 70 years old. She would now be 76. She's 5'2", 110 pounds. She has black hair and brown eyes. She was last seen wearing a white T-shirt, blue jeans, black shoes, and a tan jacket. On those two, the center and the right-hand pictures of this from casino surveillance there. If you have any information regarding Florian's disappearance or you know her whereabouts, please call the Kansas City, Kansas Police Department at 913-596-3000 or the KBI at 785-296-4017 and let them know what you know regarding Florian's disappearance and where she may be so they can go find her.
It's she reminds me of my mom, like my mom doesn't go as much as she would like to, but my mom is somebody who definitely likes a good casino. It looks like Florian was just having a good time, kicking back.
Wow.
I will say this about casinos though. I feel like it could be a dangerous place because there's some desperate people at casinos. Go ahead and read this Roxanne Fisher comment.
Yeah, she says that she says, I knew this woman when she was in Wichita years ago, and she went by the name Flora.
Nice.
I've never seen that mentioned anywhere going by Flora. That's interesting.
but she looks like she's just out having a good time going to the casino, and I want to know what happened. But again, like, there's a lot of desperate people at casinos. A lot of casinos serve alcohol really cheap or free.
Yeah.
So you could have bad people in bad combinations of situations around casinos. Maybe they've lost everything they're worth, and they're desperate and they don't care. I don't know. Or maybe she said, maybe she hit the jackpot and took off and started a life or something. I'm just saying, it's really sad. It's been what is it, 6 years? 6 years since anybody in her family's got to talk to her or see her.
Well, it's concerning because she has Alzheimer's. So
right. Oh, so she has wow.
Yeah.
So that kind of changes stuff. So she was.
Yeah.
Do we know if she was at the casino, like, was somebody helping her, or do we know, like, did she wander in there? Or?
I don't know. I'm not sure. I've never seen anything one way or the other on that.
Right. Because you say Alzheimer's, Well, first of all, I don't know how, like, she looks great for 70. First of all, like, like, to me, she just looks. She doesn't look like she like that. I remember you saying Alzheimer's, but she doesn't look like somebody who would be that old. But yeah, because that makes you wonder. Did she go to the casino with somebody with her, and, like, maybe just have her having fun? But I mean, I would just, like, if my like mom or grandma had Alzheimer's, I don't know if I would want them at a casino by themselves. So I'm just kind of curious if they knew she was there or what the deal is.
Right. I don't know. That's a good question. I see Kaylee has joined us. Hey, Kaylee, how you doing?
Hey, Kaylee. And then you wonder why this one wasn't called the silver alert if it's Alzheimer's,
Yeah, I've never seen anything referring to it as a silver alert, but it should have been issued as one, I think.
I think so. If you have somebody that's 70 and with Alzheimer's, I think that. But again, we're not the brass.
No, but if you have any information on Flora, don't hesitate to call Kansas City, Kansas Police, 913-596-3000, and let them know what you know, or the KBI 785-296-4017, and see if we can't get her located and back home to her family.
Yeah, that's rough. That's a long time to go without seeing your loved one.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Jason Rivera over here.
All right. As soon as I locate his Flora on my long list here.
Looks like Shawnee, Kansas.
Yeah, since April 14th, 2022. He's 17, 5'8", 160 pounds, black hair and brown eyes. If you have any information regarding Jason's disappearance, you know of his whereabouts, please call the Shawnee, Kansas Police Department at 913-631-2150 or the KBI at 785-296-4017 and see if we can't get him located and back home where he needs to be. Hopefully he's okay wherever he is.
Yeah, it's been a couple months.
Yeah.
It's always scary.
Yeah.
I know I've been to Pawnee Rock, Kansas. I always get Pawnee Rock and Shawnee mix them up. I don't think I've been to Shawnee.
Kaylee's asking, how are you guys? Doing pretty good. Just trying to stay ahead of the storm out here.
Ricky's on vacation this week. And then next week I'll be in Kansas for a couple days. And then, yeah. By the way, I think Brandon's going to be hosting the night that. Oh, he's gone. Brandon's going to the beach. Or there might not be a show that week, but we'll figure something out.
Yeah. Unless we do a pre-record ahead of time and just broadcast a pre-record.
Right. We'll figure something out. But yeah, I just wanted to let everybody know. But yeah, Ricky's off this week, so.
And I'm not working either.
Right. Let's talk about Jeremy Knowles.
Okay. Been a little bit of confusion on this one. I'll go into that after I cover the flyer here. He's missing from Wichita, Kansas since May 9th of 2022. He's 41, 6'1", 210 pounds, brown hair and green eyes. He does have multiple tattoos. You can see a couple on his neck there. If you have any information regarding Jeremy's disappearance, you know his whereabouts, please call Wichita, Kansas Police Department at 316-268-4407 or the KBI at 785-296-4017 and see if we can help get him located. Confusion on it is we're getting comments on his flyer stating that his sister said that he's not missing and that this is old, but it is an open missing persons case. Tatum verified that with Wichita Police. So we've, trying to get messages to her sister, say, hey, if that's the case, have Jeremy get a hold of the police department and let him know so they can get him cleared. Right. And so that's where we're at. But he isn't.
People could probably be like, well, just take it down. But it's like, well, no offense, but if we took every missing person's flyer down just because somebody messaged us and told us to, like that, right, people might not get found. If somebody's still on the books missing, like we keep it up,
right. Right. Yeah. Like I said, Tatum did verify with Wichita Police that it is, he does have an open missing persons case.
Right.
So, if anybody in his family or his friends are listening and that can communicate with him, let him know to get a hold of Wichita Police so they can clear him. Because unfortunately, now that we have a flyer up, we're not able to take it down so police can verify that he's okay and not in a dangerous situation. And then when they clear him, we can pull the flyer down.
Right.
It's not to be mean or anything. It's just, the process we follow.
Right.
It's like Derek said, if we went by, everybody says, oh, this person's not missing, take it down. We'd be getting duped a few times, I'm sure. And I've almost been duped a couple of times. So I've learned to verify and double check things before I take anything down.
Right. Well, hopefully Jeremy is safe, and hopefully he can get in contact with the authorities and let them know so we can pull that down. Tell us about Jordan Harris.
Okay. And again, this is a long list today. Okay.
Yeah, big show.
He is missing from Topeka, Kansas since November 4th, 2019. He's 15 when he went missing. He'd now be 18. He's 5'6", weighs between 115 and 120 pounds, has brown hair and blue eyes. If you have any information regarding Jordan's disappearance or his whereabouts, please call the Topeka, Kansas Police Department at 785-368-9247 or 785-368-9551 or 785-368-9200 or KBI at 785-296-4017 and let them know what you know about Jordan and his whereabouts so they can go find him and make sure he's okay and staying out of harm's way. Because they've been looking for him now for nearly 3 years.
That's always scary, man.
Yeah.
I mean, you'd think he'd have to get a job eventually and an apartment, right, stuff like that. You'd figure like he'd show up, but so hopefully, he's okay.
I've actually had people in the past actually message me and ask me to take flyers down that I've had posted of them after they had been located because it was affecting their ability to get a job.
Really?
Yeah. So, yeah, you would think if he was missing and stuff that if he was, like you're saying, looking for a job or whatever, that this could potentially have an issue with him getting a job, but I don't know.
Right. Yeah, well, hopefully he's okay. You never know. Could be something bad, you never know, but hopefully he's okay.
Yeah, hopefully he is.
Well, we'll be right back after this. You're watching KMU Pod. Visit kmupod.com to check out all the cases that we cover. We'll be right back after this. Sure.
Hi, this is Brandon, producer of the Kansas Missing and Unsolved podcast, and today I want to talk to you about one of our outstanding cases by the name of Dana Jane Bruce. Dana Jane Bruce went missing from Sedalia, Missouri on October 4th of 2008. At the time of her disappearance, she was 23. She would now be 36 years old. Her height is 5'2" and she weighs 98 pounds. She has brown hair and green hazel eyes. Dana Jane Bruce went missing from Sedalia, Missouri on October 4th of 2008. She was last seen at her children's babysitter's home in Sedalia, Missouri. She had left the children there earlier that day so she could go out for the evening. She returned at midnight and gave the babysitters more money and asked her to watch the children for the rest of the night. Dana was seen at the Malone's Bar on Main Street with a young man driving a late-model red Ford F-150 truck earlier on the night of her disappearance. She left with that man at 11:30 p.m. Police have identified the man that Dana was with on the night she vanished. He traveled to Atlanta, Georgia after her disappearance, and police questioned him about Bruce after he was arrested there on unrelated charges of marijuana possession and driving on a suspended license. Authorities haven't named him publicly, but they are calling him a person of interest in her case. He told the questioners that he and Dana parted ways after they left the bar and he never saw her after that. She left all her belongings behind, including her hairbrush and toothbrush, and she doesn't have credit cards, debit cards, a checking account, a cell phone, or a car. Dana was last known to be wearing a black shirt with the word Rebel in silver lettering on the front and blue jeans. Dana has a tattoo of a teddy bear with wings and the name Dylan on her upper left arm. She is blind in her left eye, and Dana has a 2-inch scar along her lower spine and a staple scar on her right shoulder. Her ears are pierced, one each time. If you have any information regarding Dana's disappearance or you know of her whereabouts, please call the Sedalia, Missouri Police Department at 660-827-7823 or 660-826-8100 or the MSHP at 573-526-6178 or toll free at 866-362-6422, and let's work and try and get Dana back home.
And there's a shot of the flyer we use on the screen there. See the tattoo and our height, weight, hair, and eye color.
And those phone numbers are right there at the bottom.
Yep.
Well, it's time
for our outstanding case.
Yeah, he does a great job with those.
Yep.
Let's talk about tonight's featured case. Tonight's show is named after somebody missing in Erie. Let's talk about Jay Shumate.
Okay, he is missing from Erie, Kansas since January 17th of 2016. He was 60 when he went missing, and now he'll be 66. He's 5'8", 150 pounds, has dark brown and gray hair and brown eyes. He was last seen in the area of Main and State Streets near the pharmacy. He would have been on foot, and it is unknown which direction he may have went. Again, at the time of his disappearance, he was 60. He would now be 66. He is 5'8" and weighs around 150 pounds. He has dark brown and gray hair and brown eyes. He has a tattoo on his upper right arm of a walking hand with the middle finger extended, which you can see there. A tattoo on the upper left back shoulder of a broken skull with smoke that turns into the devil, and a tattoo on his upper left arm of a small knife. If you have any information regarding Jay's disappearance or you know of his whereabouts, please call the Erie, Kansas Police Department at 620-244-3611. Again, that's 620-244-3611. Or the Neosho County Sheriff's Department at 620-244-3884 or 620-244-3869. Or, of course, the KBI 785-296-4017. And see if we can't help get Jay located and back home. Because here again, it's been about 6.5 years. So
way too long.
Yeah. Way too long.
Well, that's rough for his family, 6 years without, having him around and being able to talk to him, touch him.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully things are okay. And you're welcome, Nolan, for sharing Dana's flyer.
Hopefully
things are okay over in Kaylee's end. She says her grandma got her medicine stuck in her throat. So
yeah, hopefully her grandma's okay.
That sounds scary. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Juan Carmen Perez over in my old stomping grounds, Garden City.
Yeah, this was another one that was an update from Tatum's hard work. Juan Carmen Perez, missing from Garden City since January 5th of 2020. He was 52 when he went missing. He would now be 54. He's 5'4", 160 pounds. He has black hair and brown eyes. He was last seen at 4101 East US Highway 50, lot 254 in Garden City. He was last known to be wearing a black jacket, blue jeans, and black shoes. If you have any information regarding Juan's disappearance, you know his whereabouts, please call the Garden City, Kansas Police Department at 620-276-1300 or the KBI at 785-296-4017 and see if we can't help Juan get located and back home where he needs to be. And hopefully wherever he's at, he's okay.
Right. Yeah, hopefully he's safe wherever he's at. Yeah, it's Garden City's got quite a few missing people, you know.
Yeah.
Quite a few we've covered, you know. You got Stephanie Welch over there in Lakin and
Yeah.
you know, Rachel Pratt, a bunch of them. Tell us about Nathan Phillip Thompson.
Okay. One from here in town. Just got to locate him in my lengthy list of folks here. Here we go. He's missing from Salina, Kansas since June 5th of this year. He's 44, 6'2", 184 pounds, brown hair and hazel eyes. On June 13th, Salina, Kansas Fire Department responded to a trailer home fire located at 1635 Elgin. Once the fire was extinguished, the fire department determined no one was at home, but has since classified the fire as an arson. Police have received information from neighbors of 44-year-old Nathan Thompson, who had been residing in the trailer home, has not been seen for approximately 1 week. Nathan's family members have not spoken to him in the last 7 days and are unaware of his location. In addition, he failed to appear for a scheduled court hearing in Salina Municipal Court on June 14th of 2022. Salina Police Department received information that foul play may be involved in his disappearance. If you have had contact with Nathan Thompson since June 1st, 2022, have information concerning his disappearance, or have information relative to the fire at 1635 Elgin, please contact the Salina Police Department at 785-826-7210. You also may call Crime Stoppers at 785-825-8477 or make an online tip at www.p3tips.com/tipform.aspx $ID not equals 950 #. Tipsters may also contact Salina Police Department again at 785-826-7210 and ask to speak to Detective Lemon. So if you have any information regarding Nathan's disappearance or the fire at his trailer house, you know, give the Salina Police Department a call and let them know what you know about that and see if we can help get him found.
Wow. It's a lot of information.
Yeah, and basically what I did is that's the press release they put out, and I just basically used it word for word.
Well, right, yeah, but I mean, it's just a lot. You know, you got a fire, you got a missing person.
Yeah.
It's just a lot, man.
Yeah. And Kaylee says she's back, and hopefully her grandmother is okay, Kaylee.
Right. Yeah, that sounded scary. Getting some pill stuck in your throat. I've had that happen to me a couple times. We got about 10 minutes to cover. No, we're going to be here for a little while. Let's go ahead and talk about Michael Eagles here.
Okay, and we did actually cover him last week as well, but we added a little bit of information there on his. He's missing from Leavenworth, Kansas since May 23rd, 2022. He's 35, 6 foot tall, 160 pounds, brown hair and blue eyes. It's believed that Michael has disappeared under suspicious circumstances. Michael has multiple tattoos. He has the name Jennifer Nicole on the right side of his neck, and he has a tattoo of McFarland on his upper chest in the center, tattoo of the name Eagles on his back, and multiple tattoos on his legs. If you have any information regarding Michael's disappearance, or you know his whereabouts, please call the Leavenworth, Kansas Police Department at 913-651-2260 or 913-682-4411 or the KBI at 785-296-4017. And the new information added was the family is offering a $2,000 reward for information leading to Michael's safe return. So, yeah, if anybody knows any information at all, call the Leavenworth Police Department and let them know we know about Michael's disappearance and see if they can help get him located and back home.
Right. Going on a month and 2 days.
Yeah.
It's a long time for a 35-year-old to not go to work and talk to
Yeah.
people they know.
Yeah. And sadly, they feel like he disappeared under suspicious circumstances, so that's not a good thing.
Yeah, anytime, and then the $2,000 reward, even though it is the family offering it, but still, that's desperation. We want to know answers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Well, tell us about Randy. Looks like a little bit of an older case, 2015.
Yeah. Randy Agard. Yeah. This is another one of the updates from Tatum's hard work. I have to locate him on my long list here. Here he is. From Kansas City, Kansas. Since April 1st, 2015. He was 58 when he went missing. He's now 65. He's 5'6", 140 pounds. Has white hair and blue eyes. Randy was homeless and drifted in and out of his family's lives, and he has not been heard from since 2015. Again, he was 58 when he went missing. He's now 65. He's 5'6" and weighs 140 pounds. He has long white hair and blue eyes. If you have any information regarding Randy's disappearance, you know his whereabouts, please call the Kansas City, Kansas Police Department. And I don't know if that's still accurate with Detective Shane Carpenter. We need to verify that. But anyway, call 913-573-6161 or 913-596-3000 or the K at 785-296-4017 and let them know what you know about Randy's disappearance and where he may be so they can check on him, make sure he's okay, and get him back to his family.
Right. Been a while, man. 7 years.
Definitely.
Let's talk about Shaquayan. Is it Shaquayan?
Something like that, I guess. I was talking to make the flyer, and there was some kind of spelled or not because I've seen it spelled one way and spelled a different way. So
Okay.
We'll go with what's on the flyer there because that's what I was given. So let's see what we get here. Missing from Kansas City, Kansas. Also, since June 13th to 2022, 17, 5'4", 160 pounds, black hair, brown eyes. If you have any information regarding Shaquain's disappearance or you know her whereabouts, please call the Kansas City, Kansas Police Department at 913-596-3000 or the KBI at 785-296-4017 and let them know what you know about Shaquain's disappearance and see if we can't get her found and located and back to where she needs to be.
Yeah. A lot of Kansas City tonight.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Vincent Moore.
Yeah, this one is kind of an older case too, almost 7 years old. And this is another one thanks to Tatum as well. We had to get that one updated because people were really letting us know that we needed to update that one because we still had his age now at 14 months old, and that was incorrect. Right. But, like I've stated, we've been really behind on trying to get this stuff done. So, anyway, Vincent Moore went missing from Wichita, Kansas on July 11, 2015. He was 4 months old when he went missing. He'd now be 7 years old. He was a foot tall when he went missing. He was 14 pounds, had black hair and brown eyes. He was last seen in the area of 31st and South Hydraulic on the morning of July 11th. 2015, he was last seen. His blue and white floral design diaper bag was with him, and there's a picture of that. I don't know if this reward is increased, but there was a reward of $2,500 for information leading to the return of Vincent. He is considered to be endangered. Again, at the time of his disappearance, he was 4 months old. He'd now be 7 years old. He's a foot tall, weighs 14 pounds, has black hair and brown eyes. From what the information that came out initially about it was he was last seen with his father, and his father had made a trip to Texas and came back, and that's about the time Vincent went missing. Years and last I knew, he was actually in jail, but he's never been charged with anything in connection with Vincent. So, that's where that stands. But if you have any information regarding Vincent's disappearance, you know his whereabouts, please call 911 or call Wichita Police Department's Homicide Division at 316-268-4182 or Crime Stoppers at 316-267-2111 or National Center for Missing and Exploited Children at 800-843-5678 or the KBI at 785-296-4017. And let them know what you know about Vincent's disappearance and where he may be so they can go find him and get him back where he needs to be.
Yeah, that's messed up, man.
Yeah.
A 4-month-old kid.
I'm actually glad we're covering him because it's been a long time. And people were inquiring about age progression photos on him, and I have not seen any just yet. And basically, it's the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children that does the age progression photos, and I have not seen them put one out as of yet. So I'm hoping they'll do that soon. And when they do, I'll make sure to add it.
Yeah, I'd like to see the age progression just to see, who we're actually looking for these days.
Yeah.
Tell us about Linda Kleinbell.
Linda Dillard Kleinbell.
From Table Rock.
That one I was kind of researching on her the other day and kind of seeing where we were stood on that one. She's missing from Table Rock, Nebraska since June 16th of 2021. Looks like she's still 55 years old because I checked on that. 5 foot tall, 130 pounds, has brown hair, possibly dyed blonde, and blue eyes. She disappeared around 3:30 in the morning on June 16th. She sometimes walks with a cane and has a medical condition that makes it difficult for her to walk long distances. She was last believed to be on foot and is missing under suspicious circumstances, and she has ties to Hiawatha. Again, she's 55, 5 foot tall, 130 pounds. She has brown hair that she maybe possibly dyed blonde, or she may be possibly wearing a white and purple wig and blue eyes. Linda was believed to be wearing a white tank top, jean shorts, and brown sandal boots. Recently, I can't remember how long ago it was now, but they did a massive search for her up there in Nebraska, and they recovered those clothes, and they also recovered a wig as well. So now they believe that she was wearing a black t-shirt, black DKNY boxer brief shorts, and brown Birkenstock type sandals. So if you have any information regarding Linda's disappearance, you know her whereabouts, please call the Richardson County, Nebraska Sheriff's Office at 402-245-2479 or the Pawnee County Nebraska Sheriff's Office at 402-852-2969. Or you can call the Crime Stoppers number 800-422-1494. Or you can go to the Nebraska Crime Stoppers website or the P3 Tips mobile app and submit a tip that way as well. And see if we can't help get Linda located and back to where she needs to be.
Yeah, that's a little... Is out for a little stroll and then never be seen from again. It makes you wonder. Like, she obviously sounds like she got into a car, maybe, or pulled into a car, or it doesn't sound like she got very far on foot
exactly
from what they were talking about. Her ailments. I don't see how she could have got very far on foot.
Right. I remember what the other information was that I was reading about here. Let me pull this article that I was reading the other day, and then I got some information from as far as the clothing and all that. Like I said, they did the L'Oreal search. They searched more than 1,100 acres, 24 miles of roadside ditches, 1.5 miles of river farms and local lake. Let's see here. Well, that one I had to say about that. Something a little more in depth about that. Because they, like I said, they found the original clothing that they had thought that she was wearing, and that wig. And I was thinking that I'd seen something about they talked to somebody that might have been the last person that had seen her or something like that.
Wow.
Let me see what I can find here. Yeah. Really say. But at least they have an updated idea of what she might have been wearing and things of that nature. So hopefully if anybody has any information regarding Linda, just call that in and let them know what you know about it, and help them get her found and back to where she needs to be, because they're still looking for her. There's still family looking for her, wanting to know what happened to her, where she's at.
Right.
Yeah.
Tell us about Michael Aycock.
Okay. Let's see here. I gotta look. There he is. He is missing from Walton, Kansas since May 30th of 2017. He was 42 when he went missing. He would now be 47. He's 5'10", weighs between 160 and 180 pounds. He has black hair that's receding and brown eyes. He left a residence home to meet someone at a condemned house in Walton and has not been heard or seen since then. Again, he was 42 when he went missing. He would now be 47. He's 5'10", weighs between 160 and 180 pounds. Has black hair that is receding and brown eyes. He has a gray and black mustache and mostly gray beard and thick eyebrows. He has restricted movement on his left arm due to a car accident, and he is also without his medication. He has a tattoo on his left bicep of barbed wire, a tattoo on his back left shoulder with the words "hot shot," and a tattoo on his forearm, unknown which one, of a skull with flames. If you have any information regarding Michael's disappearance or you know his whereabouts, please call the Harvey County, Kansas Sheriff's Office at 316-284-6960 or KBI at 785-296-4017, and let them know what you know about Michael's disappearance and where he may be so they can find him and get him back where he needs to be.
Yeah, 5 years, man.
Yeah.
And then tell us about Noah Slattery, another Garden City case.
Yeah. He had actually been located and went missing again. So I had to update the missing since date on his missing from Garden City since today, June 21st. And he's 15, 6'2", 130 pounds, brown hair and hazel eyes. If you have any information regarding Noah's disappearance or you know of his whereabouts, please call the Garden City, Kansas Police Department at 620-276-1300 or the KBI at 785-296-4017, and let them know what you know about Noah, where he may possibly be.
Slippery kid, man. Keeps getting away, huh? Keeps running off.
Apparently so. Like I said, I updated his flyer earlier today and reposted it, and yeah.
And then we got one last case we're going to cover, Sasha Brooks Kosminski. We've covered her several times, but it looks like it's got a birthday or something because she's older now.
Yeah, she is. Let me see if I have her on my list or if I absentmindedly forgot to pull her. I'm looking here. Boy, that's a long list. I think I did forget to pull her. So let me go grab her flyer real quick here. Take me 2 seconds, hopefully.
All right. While you're grabbing that, I'm going to go ahead and roll our located safe, and we'll finish the show with Sasha. We'll be right back after this.
Okay. Okay. I always like seeing those located safe reels. Okay. Sasha Brooks Kosminski. She was missing from Newton, Kansas since December 16th of 2020. She was 36 when she went missing. She'd now be 37. 5'5", 165 pounds, brown hair and brown eyes. If anybody has any information regarding Sasha's disappearance or you know her whereabouts, please call the Newton, Kansas Police Department at 316-284-6030 or the Harvey County, Kansas Communications Center at 316-283-4190 or the KBI at 785-296-4017 and see if we can't help get her located and back to where she needs to be. It's coming up on 2 years, so hopefully somebody knows something and will say something and help get her located.
Yeah, that's been a while, man. Because I remember we covered her a long time ago.
Yeah. I'm really glad that we're getting these updates going and the page cleaned up and everything, because it's given us a chance to go over some we've never gone over before, giving us a chance to go over some we have gone over, but it's been some time. So it's been a really good thing. And again, I want to thank everybody for your patience while we've been going through that, because I know it's been a lot of notifications and stuff like that. And fortunately, we had to do that to get everything rearranged and organized and hopefully make the page flow better and easier to navigate and things like that. So thank you, Tatum, for all your hard work on that. Again, you've been doing phenomenal. Just awesome.
Yeah, good stuff.
And Trisha saying, great job, guys. Thank you, Trisha. We try.
Trisha's awesome.
Definitely a labor of love, that's for sure. Woo. I guess we'll go ahead and do our normal closing prayer here and just say, Heavenly Father, thank you for bringing us together tonight and allowing us to go over these cases. And, it's really glad we got to go over some of the ones that we did, because they've been long overdue to be gone over. And hopefully, as I always pray, they reach the right ears, the right heart, they'll do the right thing and call in the information to get these folks found and back to where they need to be. And until we see each other again next Thursday, everybody stay safe, stay healthy, look out for each other, take care, and amen.
If you or someone you know is experiencing a suicidal crisis or emotional distress, please call the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline at 1-800-273-8255.